Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Freeman Motorsports. We're here with Andy's Frozen Custard 300 at Texas Motor Speedway. We're live a little bit late here. It's the middle of the race, but we had other things going on today. But hey, at least we're getting the second half of this race in. Anyways, we're about to get the green flag here for the second restart in Stage 2. 91 laps to go. Gregson on the outside, Nemechek on the inside. Then on row 2, Gibbs on the outside of Austin Hill. Into the Geico restart zone they go. Green flag back in the air. Good restart for Gregson. Nemechek spins the tires on the outside. Gregson with the lead by a car length as they go down into turn 1. Austin Hill and Nemechek side by side for second place. This is the first race of the playoffs, and Nemechek's up here battling with these playoff guys. You got to wonder if he's giving them any respect or if he's pushing just as hard as he normally would. Oh, we got a wreck, a big wreck, a big wreck. Oh, boy, the 10. Is that the 18? Or who is that? That's a yellow car. Somebody else, the 45, the 39. A lot of guys go spinning. Ryan Sieg, a playoff driver, the 35. Is that the... What car is that? Is that yellow and... Is that the 02? The 10 of Landon Castle, though. Oh, AJ Allmendinger with damage. Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's Brandon Brown. I was like, that is... I cannot even tell you what the door number is. That blue and yellow do not go together. But a lot of torn up race cars here. A big wreck. AJ Allmendinger with not that much damage, but we'll have to see a replay. I don't even know how this all ended up happening. AJ, though, he risked it for the biscuit, staying out to win Stage 2, but he pitted. He got sent in the back of the pack, and this is what you risk, getting caught up in somebody else's mess when you put yourself back in the pack. It looks like Landon Castle, though, and Brandon Brown will both be done. Tough break for Brandon Brown. He's making one of his final starts in that 68 car this year. And Landon Castle climbing out of that 10 car. Just another troubling race for that team after getting knocked down in the playoffs last weekend at Bristol. So, yeah, and it looks like Castle might have cleared himself off the nose of Nick's... Or, no, that's Brandon Brown. Okay, here we go. Brandon Brown cleared himself off the nose of the 16, then spun and tagged the 10. And then the 45 spins trying to avoid the 68. He hits the 39. Somebody else gets in the wall. I think that's the 35 trying to avoid. Either way, that was chaos. Let's see if we can get one. Here's a good shot of it. The 68 just comes up and clears himself just slightly off the nose of the 16. Then he comes back down and snags the left rear of the 10, which spins the 10 back up the racetrack. He goes driver's side into the outside wall pretty hard. The 6 just shoots the gap in the middle. The 4 just barely misses the 68, which slides back up the track. And then, yeah, a couple other guys spin trying to avoid. A lot of guys involved in this one. Tough break for Stephen Parsons after having a great run last week. Yeah, so it looks like... oops. It looks like the guys that are going to be out of this one, at least for now... It seems as though Brandon Brown and Landon Castle are both done. And I don't really know if Joey Gase might also be done. So, a lot of other guys, though, did pick up some pretty serious damage. Yeah, but cautions breed cautions. This is our 7th caution on the day. Already Jeffrey Earnhardt, David Starr, Jeremy Clements, Hini Ogata, and J.J. Yaley, Parker Retzlaff, some other guys with issues today. Yeah, AJ Allmendinger almost made it out alive, and then he got hit by the spinning Stephen Parsons. Tough break for both the drivers. Yeah, pretty big accident here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to put up a poll in the chat for who do you guys think is going to win. Give me one sec. Who's going to win at Texas?
And we do see a couple of takers on the pit lane, including Sam Mayer. They will take fresh tires, do a little more work on that right side. But what a rebound for this young man who got in the wall early, Parker.
Oh, Sam Mayer also involved in that one quite a bit. I didn't notice that. Sam Mayer actually has got quite a decent amount of damage. A lot of playoff drivers involved in this one. A lot of playoff drama here early. Another playoff guy with a big issue today, Jeremy Clements, that 51 team. They're going to need a lot of luck to get to the next round, but they got a lot of bad luck today. That thing blew up on them towards the end of Stage 2. Can Gregson get his 4th win in a row though today? That would be. He's been on quite the tear this season. Honestly, I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility that he gets his 4th win in a row, 7th win of the season. Yeah, Allmendinger with quite a bit of damage in this most recent accident. Going down the back straightaway, just to recap for you guys, going back down the back straightaway, the first lap after a restart, Brandon Brown clears himself off the nose of the 16. He slides up, hits the outside wall, comes back down, snags the rear bumper of the 10. And that spins the 10 of Landon Castle back up across the racetrack. He gets a driver's side hit to the outside wall, but then Brandon Brown continues to spin, and he collects some other guys, the 45, the 39. The 16 gets hit by the 45. But yeah, and it looks like the 35 as well also hit the wall trying to avoid. So quite a few guys involved in this one early on, or well, not really early on, but just after the halfway point. Thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We'll be live tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that. Also, if I look paler than usual, it's probably because I'm covered in flour. Just was at a football game. That's why we're only live for the second half of this one today. If you guys want to put in the chat who your pick is to win, we'll look at your running order here really quickly. I mean, honestly, I just turned on this race about 10 laps ago because, like I said, I was out. So that's why I wasn't live. And honestly, I don't really know how this race has been going for most guys. Here right now, your top 10, Gregson, Nemechek, Hill, Allgaier, Gibbs, Jones, Berry, Creed, Hemrick, and Herbst. And then Brennan Poole in 11th. Great run in that 6th car. Bailey Curry as well. Both JD Motorsports cars up there in the top 15. Jeb Burton, Mason Massey, Nick Sanchez, your top 15. Sanchez has had quite an eventful race today. He's trying to move up to the Xfinity Series probably next year full-time. That's probably what he's hoping for. He's really done well in ARCA this season. And then Alex LeBay, 16th. Tommy Joe Martins and that 44, his own car. And then behind him, Stephen Parsons, Matt Mills, Anthony Alfredo, your top 20. Then CJ McLaughlin, Ryan Sieg, who was also just involved a little bit in this last crash. Joe Graff Jr., Garrett Smithley, Myatt Snyder, your top 25. Then Weatherman, Allmendinger, Williams, Mayer, and Gase round out your top 30. But it looks like Gase, Brown, and Castle might all be out of this race. Yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on which drivers, actually make it out of this wreck, which ones get taken out by the damaged vehicle policy. That 16 and that 1 had quite a bit of damage. Also, if we take a live look at actually, let me see if we can get a live look at the playoff standings. Not right now. I'll let you guys know, though, the next time we get a live. Oh, wait, here we go. As they run, Jeremy Clements is below the cut line by 36 points. 36 points below the cut line. He blew an engine in stage 2. Then Sam Mayer is 28 points to the bad right now. Ryan Sieg, 24 points to the bad. And Riley Herbst is 14 points to the bad. Brandon Jones, 14 points to the good. Daniel Hemrick, 19 points to the good. Then you have Josh Berry is 28 points to the good. AJ Allmendinger is 34 points to the good. Austin Hill also 34 points to the good. Ty Gibbs 39 points to the good. Allgaier 40 points to the good. And then you have Noah Gregson, who's currently out front, 78 points to the good. My goodness. Yeah, right now they're trying to tape up that 16 car, trying to get him back out there. Got quite a bit of damage on that car. They got almost like the door panel kind of got flared out somehow from damage in this last accident, so they're trying to tape that up so it's not out there flaring around like a parachute. But here they come to the choose cone with 85 to go. The inside line's been working for Gregson, and he's going to take it again. Then Nemechek will go high, Hill will go low, Allgaier goes high, Gibbs goes low, Jones goes high, Berry goes low, Creed goes high, Hemrick goes high, and then Herbst goes low. Yeah, thanks to everybody tuning in. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Sammy, how are you doing? Yeah, we're just getting live now. Weren't able to go live for the first half of the race. We were out, but hey, we're still live for the last about 100 laps or so, and it looks like the action's just picking up. A lot of playoff drama happening right now. As they run, it's like I was saying, Jones 14 points to the good over Herbst. But I'm sure those points will shake up a lot more. The last restart proved to have a lot of chaos. We'll see how this one fares. So, yeah, it looks like Landon Castle is the only driver out of this race from the last caution. Brandon Brown and Joey Gase, at least for now, were able to tape those cars back up. They're 2 laps down, but we'll have to see if they can meet minimum speed here. Okay, so we're going to get the green flag here with 84 laps to go. Gregson on the inside. Nemechek on the outside. This inside line's really been working for Gregson on the last couple of restarts. He's trying to make it 4 wins in a row. Green flag back in the air. Pretty even restart for both lanes as they go down into turn 1. The 7 giving a good push to the back of the 18. Austin Hill's going to jump out to the inside of the 9. They're 3 wide for the lead going into turn 1. Austin Hill down low. Gregson in the middle. And then you have Nemechek, though, up top, but he's slipping up the racetrack. Nemechek's around. Allgaier involved. Huge crash. Everybody spinning back across the field. The 19, the 6 involved. A ton of cars taken out. The 11, it's the huge one at Texas, and everybody's involved. The 10, the 34. Oh, my goodness. Tough break for Brennan Poole, having a great run in that 6 car. But, yeah, the 19's done. The 11, the 6, the 7, the 18. They were going 4 wide there for a second off of turn 2, and 4 wide. It was never going to work. Just an over-aggressive move there by, I think, Justin Allgaier. Yeah, an over-aggressive move there by Justin Allgaier. That's how I'm going to put that. Austin Hill, though, originally made an aggressive move to take him 3 wide for the lead, hopping out from behind the 9 car going into turn 1. Man, though, come on, dude. That was just so unnecessary. Yeah, that just took out a ton of good race cars. Such an unnecessary move there. A lot of torn up equipment right there, guys. Jose Vengas, our junior motorsports car, is doing well. They were doing pretty good, but Allgaier just took out himself and I think a couple other guys. We'll see once we can get a replay here who escaped. Gregson at the front. Austin Hill jumps out to the inside of him and Nemechek. Then Nemechek kind of drifts up the racetrack just a bit. That opens up a door possibly for Allgaier, and Allgaier just sticks his nose in. And actually, the 18 kind of lost it on his own there. It's just there's nowhere to go for quite a few guys. The 07 and Joe Graff also involved quite a bit in that one. I don't know who even made it out. It looks like Gregson and Hill both escaped to the inside, and I think Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry. Does Sheldon Creed make it through? I think Sheldon just makes it through. Wow, great. Yeah, the 11. Then who was that? It's the 91 of Mason Massey goes flying back across the track. Wow. So it looks like the amount of Mason Massey, Brennan Poole, Daniel Hemrick, Justin Allgaier, and Nemechek, Brandon Jones. So that's 7 cars already out of this race from just this accident. I'm sure there'll probably be a couple more. Wow. 2 huge crashes at Texas, man. And this field has just been narrowed down dramatically. I mean, that just took out like half the field, half the competitive cars. Wow. Nick Sanchez does a good job of threading the middle. Just a lot of torn up race cars from this one. A lot of torn up cars. I mean, Nemechek trying to go for the lead on the outside, pushing it just a bit too far out there, and just, man. That was a lick. What do you guys think about that one right there? We'll see how this shakes up the points, though. Some guys fall down the order. Which ones move up? I mean, that's Earnhardt, Starr, Clements, Ogata, Yaley, Castle, Retzlaff, Massey, Poole, Hemrick, Allgaier, Nemechek, out of the Jones out of this race. So that only 25 cars remain in this one. It's just like this is like a plate race right now. Only 25 cars left, and there's still 80 laps to go. And Brandon Jones climbing out of that race car. But he was able to circulate another lap or two, and that gave him probably about 6 points. That'll help him out a bit on that cut line. Yeah, and he has already fallen below the cut line as I talk about that. This does help out Jeremy Clements, though, a bit, who crashed down earlier. Dang, Brendan Poole sharing some words with Nemechek. But yeah, already, now as they run, the points that have been shuffled back up, it's Clements who is now, he's moved up from 40 points to the bad, but with all these other guys having issues now, he's only 27 or 28 points to the bad. Jones is 9 to the bad. Hemrick is 6 to the bad. Mayer 4 to the bad. Sieg 4 to the good. Herbst 4 to the good. Allgaier 25 points to the good. Barry is about 30. He is 31 points to the good. And Austin Hill is 35 points to the good. Allmendinger is 39 points to the good. Gibbs is 51 points to the good. And then Gregson is 73 points to the good. So quite a bit of separation. Gregson and Gibbs already just about locked in. Then everything else is a bit tighter, especially around that cut line between about Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg, Sam Mayer, Hemrick, and Brandon Jones. Those 5 drivers fighting for 2 spots right now. The good news is, though, is for all the guys that have crashed out, they can't really lose any more points. There aren't any lapped cars that are going to pass them. Unless Jeremy Clements were to get back in this race, which I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't heard any reports on that. Hey, we're up to 5 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, this really shakes up your running order, puts some new names towards the front. Gregson, Hill, Gibbs, Barry, and Herbst, and Creed. Those top 6 were like the good cars that made it through. But now you have Curry, Burton, Sanchez, and Sieg rounding out your top 10. Then LeBay, Smithley, Parsons, Mayer, Martins, your top 15. Then Snyder, Allmendinger, McLaughlin, Alfredo, and Mills, your top 20. Then Weatherman. I think Graff, but I think Graff also got quite a bit of damage. He might be out of this race. And that looks like Williams, Gase, and Brandon Brown. Yeah, so this field might be down to like 24, 23 cars after this crash. So that's like almost half the field. Really, you do not see this type of attrition at Texas usually. Yeah, now pit road's open, and some of those guys towards the back of the pack come in. Josh Berry comes in. Right now, though, the majority of you guys... All right, I'm going to have to adjust the poll. We had Allgaier and Nemechek in the poll, but, yeah, they're not going to be finishing this race out, that's for sure. Who wins at Texas? I feel like now I just have to go with Gregson right now. He just is on such a roll right now. His main competitors, Nemechek, Allgaier, are out of this race. But I feel like Gregson, I think Gibbs could still have something for him. I think Austin Hill is definitely going to try and make something happen. I just don't know if he'll be able to. But Gregson, Hill, Gibbs, and then we'll say Barry. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We got 12 people watching. We got 6 likes. Let's get up to 10 likes, guys. We got 2 big accidents here in Stage 2 already, taking out about 12 or so cars between them. A lot of playoff contenders involved in these crashes. A.J. Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, Daniel Hemrick, Jeremy Clements. It's been a crazy race so far. But yeah, as they run, Clements is 29 to the bad, Jones 12 to the bad, Hemrick 7 to the bad, Mayer 2 to the bad, Herbst 2 to the good, Sieg 3 to the good, then Barry 16 to the good, Allgaier 22 to the good, Hill 31 to the good, Allmendinger 41 to the good, Gibbs 47 to the good, and then Gregson out front, but he's also, I think, 70-some points to the good. Today has been quite the eventful race, at least here in this final stage. We haven't been able to make it more than one lap under green here so far. So it looks like Brandon Brown, or it looks like Joe Graff's back out there. And I think Josh Williams is done as well. So I think there's 24 cars left, 22 still on the lead lap. Yeah, this is going to give the opportunity for some guys to possibly have some great runs today. With so many guys out of this race, you have guys like Garrett Smithley running inside the top 10. Imagine if Garrett Smithley gets a top 10. That's when you know it's been a crazy race. But also we haven't had more than 1 or 2 laps under green, so we really don't know which cars maybe that got damage in one of these 2 wrecks are going to be able to meet minimum speed or be competitive. So there might be a lot of moving chicanes out there once we get back to green. A lot of damaged race cars just trying to make it to the finish, collect some points, get out of here. Yeah, guys, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, though, if you haven't already. Yeah, this has really shaked up the points, though, quite a bit. This is giving the opportunity for some drivers that were below that cut line to make up some points today, like Riley Herbst and Ryan Sieg, guys that needed some things to fall their way to maybe make it out of the first round. And now they're above the cut line. And they're guaranteed like top 20, top 15 finishes, basically, as long as nothing goes terribly wrong. So yeah, we're going to be coming to the choose cone, though, this time. This has been a long caution as they're trying to continue to pick up the debris from really this massive incident on the back straightaway. Daniel Hemrick reflecting on this one. He's like, if I had only chose the bottom, I wouldn't have been involved. Really tough break for some of those guys over at Colic. There, a lot of their cars torn up today. The 16 still out there, but pretty damaged. I know, Jose, all the oddballs are now in mid-pack. Now we'll go through our whole running order here one more time. Gregson, Hill, Gibbs, Herbst, and Creed, your top 5. So that's pretty normal, but then it gets a little crazy. Burton, Sanchez, Sieg, Smithley, Mayer, your top 10. Allmendinger, Mills, McLaughlin, Alfredo, and Barry, your top 15. Then Curry, LeBay, Parsons, Martins, Weatherman, your top 20. Then Snyder and Graff, the last 2 cars on the lead lap. Then Brandon Brown, 2 laps down. Joey Gase is 4 laps down, but he might also be out in this race now. He was just 2 laps down not too long ago. We might be down to only 23 cars in this race. And if they can get that 51 car back out there, I don't know if there's any word on if that 51 is like, there's a possibility for them to get that car back out. But if they're trying, if he gets back out there and runs 30 or 40 laps, he's going to pick up like 15 points. I mean, after this, you got Talladega and then the Charlotte Roval. And honestly, today's are going to be probably more like Talladega than what Talladega will be like. Both of these races will probably be 2 wild cards. I mean, I've always said that the second round of this playoffs it is chaotic. I don't have any locks to make it through that second round of the playoffs. Just Talladega is such a wild card in the Roval. Anything can happen. But here they come to the choose cone. Gregson probably going to go low once again. That's what's been working for him so far, and he's going to go low. Austin Hill goes high. Gibbs goes low. Herbst goes high. Creed goes high. Burton goes low. Sanchez goes high. Sieg and Smithley goes low. Mayer goes low. Then Allmendinger goes high. Berry goes low. Curry, a couple others go high. Yeah, quite a few damaged cars back further in the pack. A lot of tape. A lot of tape. So yeah, Joey Gase now out of this race as well. So we are down to 23 cars. 23 cars left in this race, 22 on the lead lap. A lot of taped up race cars trying to make minimum speed here on this restart. We'll see which ones can. So we get restart here with 74 laps to go. Gregson has run solid all day. A lot of his main opponents out of this race through some of the big ones today. He's just got to fight off Austin Hill and Ty Gibbs to get this one to the finish and get his 4th win in a row this year. His 7th win on the season, and what has just been a great season of domination for the 9 car. I think a lot of people thought Ty Gibbs was going to show up and steal the show this season, his first full-time season, but Gregson has really kind of proved that narrative wrong. Green flag going to be back in the air here at Texas. 74 laps to go. The 9 car on the inside, the 21 on the outside. Green flag back in the air. Great restart for Gregson. The 21 spins his tires just a bit. They fire up into turn 1. Somebody's off the pace there back in the pack. Somebody's pulling out of the way. A black car down low. But then Gregson and Hill. Oh, Hill's getting sideways there on the outside. That was almost flashbacks to the last restart. That outside line is just dangerous here on these restarts. Gibbs to the inside of Austin Hill in turns 3 and 4. Oh, and the 78. The 78 is into the outside wall. Caution back out. Garrett Smithley, who looked like he was in position to have a great run after all these guys crashing out. And it looks like he might have been hooked up to the outside wall. I think he was that slow black car on the inside getting out of the way, kind of going down into turn 1. It looks like him and the 07 maybe got together. The 3rd restart in a row where they've crashed on the back straightaway, guys. Come on, just figure it out. Yeah, and the 31 now also with damage. The Myatt Snyder, the right front fender on that 31 completely peeled off. Oh, the 34 just turned. It looks like the 34 pushing the 78, and the 34 just spins the 78. 34 just dumped the 78 for seemingly no reason, and then it looks like the 31 just kind of snagged him a little bit. I think the 45 might have also gotten a little piece of it. That was some wonky. I don't know what's going on, but that's another car out of this race. Maybe another. It looks like they might be trying to repair it. Honestly, they're like, yeah, if we can get you back out there, you're basically still going to finish top 20. But Brandon Brown will get the free pass. He'll move back to 1 lap down now that we've only got 23 cars out on the racetrack. Garrett Smithley, though, trying to repair that car. He'll lose at least a lap on pit road. Man, today has just been so crazy, man. So crazy. But now it's going to be Gregson versus Gibbs on this restart. And once again on that restart, Austin Hill, I thought he was about to lose it on the outside. It's just so tempting for those guys trying to hang it out on the outside groove, trying to make the most of it. They just look like they're about to snap around into the outside wall each time. I would not be surprised if we see another driver crash it off of turn 2 on one of these restarts, man. But thanks everybody watching, though. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it. I know only 23 cars left in this race, and it might be down to 22 if this 78 can't get back rolling. Anybody going to go to pit road? The 27 will, and a couple other guys towards the tail end of the field. So, some lappers. I don't know, with all these cautions, you might be able to stretch it on gas to the end here if you came now. Fuel window about 60 laps. If we get another caution or two, and you come right now, you might be able to make it. Yeah, Jose. Yeah, you're basically guaranteed a top 20 if you're still in this race right now. So I think Garrett Smithley's probably going to be out of this race. He did take a pretty decent lick to the outside wall, but we'll see. Mike Snyder also got quite a bit of damage ripping off that right front fender, but they could probably get him back out there. They'll just really kill the arrow on that car, but yeah, there's a lot of dogs out there that are gonna be limping around. I think the 68 has a lot of damage. The 34's got some damage. The 07, the 23, the 44, the 45. A lot of beat up boys. Man, now you're in the 16, but yeah, now you're top 10. Gregson, Gibbs, Hill, Herbst, Creed, Sanchez, Sieg, Allmendinger, Curry, and Mayer. Yeah, Mayer, another car with quite a bit of damage. Yeah, right now, the poll in the chat, 50% of you guys are saying no Gregson, then a vote or two each for the rest of the guys. Yeah, right now, I'd have to say Gregson, I think, is going to just be able to hold on to the rest of this race. Unless, I don't know, somehow he loses it up there in the marbles off of turn 2. That just seems to be the Achilles heel of this race right now. Yeah, these guys are just trying. I think these guys right now are just trying to get out of here and move on to Talladega. But I'm really excited for the Cup race tomorrow. First race of the round of 12. My voice is kind of dead, though. Thanks to everybody tuning in, though. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Sorry, guys, just got distracted there a little bit. Hey, we're almost up to 10 likes, guys. Let's get it. Okay, I think we're coming to the choose cone this time with 69 laps to go. So far in this final stage, we can't get more than one lap of green flag racing. Gregson's going to go low. Gibbs goes high. Hill goes low. Herbst goes high. Creed goes high. Sanchez goes low. C goes high. Allmendinger goes low. Curry goes high. Mayer goes low. And that's your top 10. Oh, Parker Retzlaff is still out there in the 02, so there is, I believe, 24 cars still in this race. I think Smithley might also be back out there 3 laps down, so 24 cars still in this race, 21 on the lead lap. Dang it. Riley Herbst didn't score any stage points today, but right now he's basically guaranteed a top 5, so that'll help him out. Okay, we're about to get the green flag, though. Gregson on the inside, trying to hold off Ty Gibbs. In row 2, Austin Hill and Riley Herbst. I think those guys in row 2, a couple of underdogs, I think definitely might be able to play a factor before this one's over. And then you have Sheldon Creed, a non-playoff driver, back in row 3. He's shown quite a bit of pace over the last couple races. But can we even get one lap under green here on this restart? The last 3 restarts, we've not been able to. Green flag back in the air. 68 laps to go. Gibbs spins the tires just a bit. Good restart for Gregson down low. Already clear of the 54s. They go down into turn 1. The 16 though going to jump to the inside of the 48. Trying to make something happen. Can they make it off of turn 2 cleanly this time? Yes, they will. And wow, Gregson already checking out to about a 10-car length lead here on this restart. A great restart for that 9-car. Gibbs trying to hold his own on the outside off of turn 4. He'll keep second place from Austin Hill. Riley Herbst and Nick Sanchez going pretty hard, though, for 4th place behind him. And we're able to get 1 lap under green here on this restart. Let's go. We weren't able to do that yet in this final stage. Hill, though, still fighting down low, trying to take second place from Ty Gibbs. And behind him, Sanchez and Herbst still going at it. A.J. Allmendinger's moved up into 6th place ahead of Sheldon Creed. Then it's Josh Berry coming on fresh tires. He's up to 9th place. Mayer, Curry, Burton, Weatherman, Parsons, LeBay, your top 15. And yeah, it looks like Myatt Snyder, Joe Graff Jr., those guys are quite a bit off the pace, a lot of damage. Tommy Joe, Ryan McLaughlin, or CJ McLaughlin, Anthony Alfredo also a bit off the pace with their damage. Allmendinger now putting the pressure on Nick Sanchez for 5th place. Even in that battered 16, he's making moves up towards the top 5. "65 laps to go." And Garrett Smithley's still in this race, 3 laps down. Whoa! Sanchez is going to snag the wall off of turn 2, battling hard with Allmendinger. Oh my goodness. Also, though, it looks like Brandon Brown is out of this race in that 68 car. So that is making the field down to 24 cars. Last of them being Parker Retzlaff, 8 laps down in the 02. Oh, man, actually, the 48 did not touch the wall on that last battle with AJ down the back straightaway, but it was tight. I'll say that. Now, Creed trying to get by the 48 of Nick Sanchez. Nick Sanchez earning his stripes right now, battling up inside the top 10. And yeah, right now the pit window is open to make it to the end of the race here. If we were to get a caution, everybody would come down to get fresh tires and fuel. And Creed's going to slip up the racetrack down the back straightaway. Josh Berry's going to move by on the fresh tires. And now Berry's going to try and get by Sanchez. Riley Herbst, though, closing up to Austin Hill. The battle for 3rd place heating up. 2 of the underdogs kind of going at it here. Herbst trying to get by the 21 as he's looking down low. Berry closing up on the back of Sanchez down the back straightaway. And Berry's going to go by Sanchez. Nope, not quite. He's still trying to make the pass happen in turn 3 and 4, but it's not going to stick. Also, Smithley's going to pull that car back down pit road. He might be out in this race as well. I don't think he made minimum speed. So we're down to 22 cars, guys. 22 cars. Smithley and Brown now out of this race. Yeah, Berry, though, by Sanchez. He's up to 6th place. Sets his eyes on A.J. Allmendinger, who's just up the road in 5th. 60 laps to go. Gregson leads by just under a second over Ty Gibbs. 2 seconds back to Austin Hill and Riley Herbst. Then Allmendinger 2.5 seconds back. Then Josh Berry about 5 seconds back. But already a lot of those damaged cars already almost more than half a lap down. Probably be going a lap down here pretty quickly. Joe Graff Jr., Myatt Snyder, Anthony Alfredo. Quite a bit of damage to those 3 machines. Yeah, a lot of these guys just trying to make it to the finish. This race has had so much attrition. They're guaranteed a good result, basically. Yeah, right now your top 6 are all playoff guys. Then Sieg in 9th and Mayer in 10th. But then you got Sanchez and Creed, the odd ones out inside the top 10. But issues today for Clements, Hemrick, Allgaier, and Nemechek, and Jones. So 5 playoff guys out of the race today. And still with 58 laps to go as they're going to cut to commercial break, or actually NASCAR Nonstop. Let's go. Oh, but Gibbs is way up the racetrack there in 3 and 4. And does Gibbs have a tire going down? I don't know, but Gibbs just shot up the racetrack. I don't know if he got in the marbles or what. But the 54 car just shot up the racetrack. I don't know if he's got a problem. The 21 of Austin Hill's going by. The 54 of Ty Gibbs has got an issue, guys. Ty Gibbs, or maybe he's getting that thing regrouped. But either way, he got way up out of the groove and lost a ton of time. He was actually kind of reeling in the 9 car of Gregson. Yeah, that car just snapped it loose. A great save by Ty Gibbs. It looked like he almost went into the outside wall, so a solid save. But yeah, he's going to drop back to 9th place. Now he's under pressure from Riley Herbst as he tries to regroup. But Gregson now leads by about 2.5 seconds over Austin Hill. And Sam Mayer getting by Ryan Sieg for 9th place. Stephen Parsons gets by Alex LeBay. That's for 13th. And also Kyle Weatherman has also pulled off the racetrack. He was one of those damaged race cars. And now we only got 21 cars left in this race, man. What in the world? Maybe only half the field may finish today. This is not typical Texas, I'll say that. Last time by, though, Austin Hill just a little bit quicker than your leader. We'll see, though, as these leaders have to work lap traffic, will that bog down any of them at all? Yeah, now Gibbs has regrouped after that little moment in turns 3 and 4, and he's trying to put the pressure on Austin Hill. Allmendinger is still holding on just over Josh Berry, who's slowly catching this top 5. He has a bit fresher tires than the top 5, but they're probably starting to equal out right about now. But all these guys have to pit one more time before the end of the race. Oh, Sheldon Creed putting a lot of pressure on the 48 as they come through the tri-oval. They're touching maybe just a bit, but the 2 cars just going to squeak by the 48, and that moves Creed up to 7th place. Sanchez back to 8th. That was some really tight racing there, but Creed's going to get by Sanchez. Yeah, Weatherman off the racetrack, and yeah, now Graff, Alfredo, Snyder, those 3 damaged race cars going a lap down. Then just ahead of him, it's Martins, McLaughlin, Mills, who are still about 10 seconds ahead of the leader, so they're not going to go a lap down here just for a little bit more. Parsons, though, kind of catching up to Jeb Burton for about 12th place. Yeah, all these guys have to pit one more time today. It's just a matter of where and when. And honestly, though, if they did try to stretch it as far as they could on fuel, they'd probably be able to go till only about 5 laps were left before they'd have to pit. But Ty Gibbs has caught Austin Hill, and he's going to try and take that second spot back. I'd say both of these guys are actually catching the leader, Noah Gragson, just a bit right now. Probably about a 10th a lap faster, or a 10th of a second faster each lap. Yeah, only 21 cars left in this race. 17 still on the lead lap. 50 laps to go at Texas. So yeah, right now it looks like your top 3 are going to have to pit the soonest, probably in about 10 laps or so. And then, but Allmendinger and Berry in 4th and 6th can probably go an extra 20 laps compared to that. And then the guy who can probably go the farthest, Jeb Burton in 12th, probably go an extra 40 laps compared to that. So Jeb Burton can honestly probably go just towards about the end of the race. See if maybe they try and pull a strategy and see if they can save fuel and get to the finish. Also, Josh Berry's gone by Riley Herbst as well as A.J. Allmendinger, so Herbst has actually dropped from 4th to 6th. Ty Gibbs still trying to get by Austin Hill, but not being able to do so. And Austin Hill is really starting to lose some time to Gregson. They've dropped from just 2 seconds behind to now almost 3 seconds behind the leader. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We'll be live tomorrow for the Cup Series race. I mean, right now, Noah is in his own world out front, trying to get his 4th win in a row. I don't know when the last time somebody did that in the Xfinity Series was. We'll see if Gibbs can get by Austin Hill this time in turns 3 and 4. Is he going to try and poke out a line? And Gibbs might be able to get to the inside of the 21 there off of turn 4. Just can't quite get there. Really putting the pressure, though, on the 21 right now. As these guys battle, though, it's allowing A.J. Allmendinger to kind of close in on this battle for second place. It might be a 3-way battle for second here soon. But these top 3 are all going to have to come to pit road here within the next 10 laps, I'd say. But everybody's got to come before the end of the race. The only driver that might be able to possibly stretch it to the end would be Jeb Burton, and even then it'd be really tight. You'd have to go into extreme fuel save mode. But it's Gregson leading by 3.5 seconds over Austin Hill and Ty Gibbs. Then Allmendinger 4 seconds back, Berry 5.5 seconds back, Herbst 6.5 seconds back. And now Ty Gibbs coming to pit road with 45 to go. Gregson coming to pit road from the lead with 45 laps to go. His last pit stop of the day. $44 to go. 44 to go. So just Gibbs and Gregson coming in here. Hill's still out front. He'll probably be coming within the next lap or so. Allmendinger, who's going to take this lead, can go at least another 20 laps. Berry can probably go about another 30 laps. Bit of a slow stop on that 9 car. About 14 seconds. Gibbs 0.2 of a second quicker on the pit stop. We'll see where they cycle out at comparatively. Austin Hill now, though, into pit road. Now Allmendinger's your leader. Berry is second behind him. Then Herbst, Sanchez, Mayer, your top 5. Creed also into pit this time. The RCR teammates. Solid stop for both drivers. A pretty quick stop there for for Austin Hill. So we'll see where this all cycles out. And yeah, you might see some other guys probably aren't going to come in for at least another 20 laps or so, because they decide to pit under one of those cautions there about 20 laps into stage 2. Though at the front, though, Allmendinger putting the 0-2 of Parker Retzlaff, another lap down. At the front, though, the last driver on the lead lap, C.J. McLaughlin in 13th. He's about 5 seconds or so ahead of the leader. Josh Berry, though, about 1/10 of a second faster than Allmendinger last lap. 40 laps to go here at Texas. Allmendinger out front over Berry, Herbst, Sanchez, and Mayer, your top 5. But we're in the middle of kind of a green flag pit stop cycle. When they cycle out, Gregson should be the leader. Also, Austin Hill was able to keep second place over Ty Gibbs through that cycle of pit stops. Even though Gibbs came down 1 lap quicker. So Gregson about half a second quicker than the leader A.J. Allmendinger right now. Yeah, we'll see where this all cycles out. Yeah, and they're bringing up a good point on the broadcast. Josh Berry can stretch it a lot longer than these guys on fuel. Another thing is that since they only have to pit with about 10 laps to go, if we don't get a caution, since they only have to pit with about 10 laps to go, he only needs to put like a couple drops of fuel, and that'll be enough for them to get that car to the finish. But it's Allmendinger, Berry, Herbst, Mayer, Sieg, your top 5 right now. But Sanchez into pit. We're in the middle of green flag pit stops right now. Sanchez, anybody else into pit this time? Nope. 21 cars, though, left in this race, and this race has been full of attrition. Almost half the field out of this one. 5 playoff guys out of this one. But everybody making their final pit stops of the day. Can't afford to make a mistake here. Can't afford to be speeding on pit road. If we got a caution right now, that'd throw a whole wrench, though, in the middle of this green flag pit cycle. Gregson, though, about to put 2 guys a lap down here. We'll see if that bogs him down. The 38 and the 5 just ahead of him. That might check him up a bit, and Josh Berry might be able to reel in the 16 here. And they're talking about Josh Berry can maybe be able to take this thing about 10 laps to go before he has to pit. But Jeb Burton, if he saves fuel a lot, he might be able to just stretch it. It'd be close. He might run out of gas with 2 or 3 laps to go, but Jeb Burton is the guy I'm paying attention to. If this thing goes caution-free to the end, I think he might be able to stay out front and get the win. I just think that Gregson might be able to pass the 27 before we get to that finish. So Jeb Burton might be able to not pit here in this final run, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to the lead. Yeah, C.J. McLaughlin, though, Matt Mills go a lap down. Doesn't really bog down Allmendinger very much. Tommy Joe Martin's just up the road now, and Alex LeBay not too far ahead of him. Mike Snyder going another lap down. Got quite a bit of damage on that 31 machine. Yeah, Allmendinger running basically even lap times with Josh Berry right now. Thanks to everybody watching. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. In the middle of green flag pit stops right now. We got a caution right now. That would change everything. 32 laps to go this time by. But Allmendinger, Berry, everybody on the lead lap right now has to pit again in this race. Gregson would cycle to the lead, and then it'd be Austin Hill and Ty Gibbs behind him. But yeah, right now, Riley Herbst has really stretched this run pretty far. He's made it 86 laps on this set of tires. He's going to be having to come down in the next lap or so, I'd have to imagine. And he is in now, actually. Herbst in now. Sieg also in this lap. Very interested to see where this all cycles out. Coming to 30 to go next time by. Allmendinger can probably still go another 5-6 laps or so. Berry can probably go another 15 to 20. I don't know, Matt Hunter. That would be pretty crazy. Also, Allmendinger just put Tommy Joe Martin's a lap down. Now he's catching Alex LeBay. But Josh Berry has kind of reeled in this leader. He's only half a second behind him. But then the guy reeling in both of them is Noah Gragson, trying to unlap himself here. Yeah, Jeb Burton might. That's what I'm saying. They're talking about it right now on the broadcast. He has basically 68 green flag laps. The fuel window is about 64. He could possibly save and get to the finish. Allmendinger, Berry, Mayer, Curry, Burton, Parsons, LeBay, your top 7. Then Gregson in 8th, but he's the first guy who doesn't have to pit. Jeb Burton might be able to stretch it to the end, but I just think the thing is even if he makes it to the finish, I think before the finish, Gregson will catch him. Gregson only has to make up 10 seconds over the next 30 laps until a lot fresher tires and not be in the near the same level of fuel save. But Burton, if he is able to make it to the finish, he'll probably still get a top 5 result, which would be pretty solid for that team. Thanks to everybody watching, though, right now. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, we'll be live again tomorrow. Hey, we're only 14 subscribers away from 2,600, guys. Let's see if we can get there. 14 subscribers away from 2,600. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get 26. Yeah, if I'm these top 2 at the front, I honestly come down pit road and just take a splash of gas and hope my tires make it to the finish. Because you might be able to cycle out and still be in the mix. Yeah, and Gregson about to unlap himself here with 25 laps to go. Allmendinger out front. Oh, and Sam Mayer's in to make his final pit stop of the day. That leaves only 5 guys to make their final pit stop. So 4 tires for Sam Mayer, but that car's already kind of damaged. I feel like these guys, though, Allmendinger, Berry, I feel like they might be more willing to risk it, taking 2 tires or just maybe taking no tires, just getting enough gas in there to make it to the finish. We'll see. Oh, boy, this is going to be a tight one to the finish. Can Gregson hang on and get his 4th win in a row? Oh, boy. Gregson trying to get by Josh Berry right now. Remember, though, Gregson a lap down behind Berry, but Berry still has to pit again in this race. And right now, Berry's a competitive car, and him battling the 9 is bogging the 9 down. That's going to allow Austin Hill to maybe close in on Gregson here. Austin Hill is not that far behind the 9. Yeah, Berry trying to stretch it as far as he can on this fuel load, as well as A.J. Allmendinger is just ahead of him. Looks like Bailey Curry into pit this time. Yes, Bailey Curry into pit. Now only 4 guys have to make their final pit stop. That's Allmendinger, Berry, Burton, and Parsons. But I have to feel that Burton's probably going to try and stretch it to the end of this race. Oh, boy. But, yeah, these 2 guys battling. This is definitely kind of changing it up a little bit. Because if you do have, let's say, Allmendinger come down and just take a splash of gas, and because Gregson's been held up so much, Allmendinger might be able to stay back out in the lead. I don't know how much time he's guaranteed to lose coming down pit road, but we'll see. Make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Only 14 subscribers away from 2,600. Let's get it, baby. Oh, boy, here. Coming to 20 laps to go. Allmendinger, Berry, Burton, Parsons, Gregson, your top 5. But Gregson's the only one that doesn't have to make another pit stop. 20 laps to go. 20 laps to go. Allmendinger out by a second and a half over Berry, but they both have to pit again. It's Gregson sitting in the catbird seat right now, it seems. But Berry's kind of holding up his teammate right now. I'm trying to see where is Austin Hill relative to the 9 car. Because Austin Hill's the next guy that's already made his pit stop on the racetrack. He was about 2.5 seconds behind the 9 before pit stops, but you don't even really see him in the camera shot right now. Yeah, Austin Hill's more like about 3 seconds, 4 seconds off the 9. So, yeah, he's going to need almost a miracle to catch the 9, or more likely just a caution. There are only 21 cars left in this race, guys. It has been a race full of attrition. Gregson trying to come out on top right now. He seems to be in the catbird seat, really battling his teammate pretty hard right now. 19 laps to go, 19 laps to go, and Gregson's by Josh Berry finally. We'll see who's going to come into pit. 18 laps to go, 18 laps to go. Allmendinger and Berry are going to have to come in here and pit soon. And Josh Berry's into pit this time. Josh Berry's into pit this time with 17 laps to go. And try to hold on as long as he can. Allmendinger also into pit, so both your top two into pit. 17 laps to go. Are they going to take tires or just a splash of gas and try and make it to the finish? And they're just doing a little splash of gas in the 16. And they're going to shoot him out of that pit stall. Just a 4-second stop for Allmendinger. Same thing on the 8. And they're just going to shoot him back out of the pit stall. 8's not able to beat the 16 out of pit road, but where will they be relative to the 9 and Noah Gragson? It's going to be close, but I think the 9 is going to get him. And so Gregson's just going to be able to edge out those two guys. And now where will they merge out on the track? Austin Hill also going to go by. So Austin Hill's a bit closer to the 9 than I thought. Austin Hill about 2 seconds behind the 9 on the racetrack, but then it's Burton and Parsons 1 and 2, but they both probably are going to have to pit, and I think Parsons is into pit this time. Yeah, I think Parsons is into pit. Or is Parsons on a oh yeah, Parsons is into pit. So just Jeb Burton out front by 3.5 seconds with 16 laps to go. Can he make it on fuel? That's the magic question. $15 to go for Jeb Burton, and it does not seem that he'll be able to make it on gas. It's going to be tight, but I don't think it's going to happen. Gregson in second, only about 4 seconds back. That's the thing, is even if Burton makes it on gas, there's no way he's going to be able to hold off Gregson. Gregson with the fresh tires is going to have so much speed. But Hill might still have something for Gregson. Austin Hill only a second behind Noah Gregson. If Gregson gets held up by a lapped car or something. Hey, guys, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, guys. Hey, we got 50 people watching. I appreciate it, but we only got 15 likes. Subscribe and drop a like if you haven't already. Let's get to 2,600. Only 14 subscribers away. And Allmendinger's going to go by Gibbs on the outside, and they're battling right now pretty hard for that 4th spot. With, 13 laps to go now. It's only a second and a half between Gregson and Burton. So Burton's going to get caught by Gregson just about no matter what here. Wow, the points battle has gotten really tight. Clements 26 to the bad, Jones 10 to the bad, Hemrick 5 to the bad, then Herbst 1 to the bad, Sieg 1 to the good, Mayer 1 to the good. So it's really tight right around that cut line. Yeah, it looks like Gregson might be able to even lock himself in with a win here. Yeah, still about a second separating Austin Hill and Noah Gregson. We'll see if Austin Hill can catch the 9. I just don't think he's going to be able to get there. There is some lap traffic, though, just ahead of this 9. Will that play a factor? The 27 trying to hold on for as long as he can. 11 laps to go. Gregson trying to take the lead from this ailing 27. Burton's going to go down and try and block the 9 as much as he can, but it's just not going to be enough. And Gregson out front at the line. Here they go into turn 1, and now he's got the pass completed. Noah Gregson to the lead. Jeb Burton's going to drop back to second, and we'll see. Will he be able to hang on gas, or will he have to come down and make that pit stop? And 2 lapped cars are going to kind of get out of the way of the 9 there. And the 27's going to come into pit road here. He's just going to come into pit road. Tommy Joe Martin's also in the pit after that last time by. 10 to go for Gregson. He's out front by about 9/10 of a second. 9/10 of a second, the gap from the 9 to the 21. Can Hill make up that ground? We'll just have to see, ladies and gents. A caution would change everything. Yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe. Hey, we got a subscriber. We're only 13 away. 13 away from 2,600, guys. Let's get it. 13 subscribers away from 2,600. I appreciate it. We got 60 people watching. We have 9 laps to go. Only 9 cars left on the lead lap. Last of them being Sam Mayer. And Noah Gregson poised to lock himself into the round of 8 and get his 4th win in a row, his 7th win on the season. He's going to tick another lap off, 8 laps to go. He leads by 1.5 seconds over Austin Hill. Doesn't seem like that 21's going to be able to mount a charge. It's just clean track ahead of the 9. He's got clean sailing ahead of him. He's just hoping we don't get a caution right now. He's just hoping we don't get a caution. 7 laps to go. 7 laps to go. Gregson just pulling away from Austin Hill. What a great run for Gregson. Able to avoid a lot of the crazy incidents today that have taken out 5 playoff drivers and almost half the field. You'd think today it's Talladega, but no, it's Texas. 6 laps to go. Hey, we got another subscriber, only 12 away. 12 away from 2,600. Subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. 12 away from 2,600. We got 70 people watching right now. Yeah, right now the cut line, though, going into Talladega is going to be real interesting. 1 point separates Mayer, Sieg, and Herbst on the cut line right now. 3 drivers separated by 1 point. 5 to go. 5 to go. Gregson just gapping that 21 car right now. Hill, Gibbs, Allmendinger, and Berry are top 5. Allmendinger and Berry tried to stretch it on gas as long as they could, just weren't able to quite have the cautions maybe fall their way. And Gregson, Hill, and Gibbs come up with the better strategy with 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go to make it 4 in a row for the number 9. He's just hoping we don't see another caution in the next 3 laps. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get 12 subscribers. 3 to go. Let's get 12 more. Let's get 12 more subs and get to 2,600. Yeah, Hill 1.5 seconds back off of Gregson. Just not going to be enough. A great run, though, today for the 21. A great run. And I feel like he might be merited. His performances so far this season might be meriting some more Cup drives next year. Made his Cup Series debut earlier this year at Michigan, and I feel like we might see him return in a couple Cup starts next year. Issue for the 16, though, right now. Issue for the 16. He's got a issue on that 16 car going really far off the pace. Gregson's just trying to make it through turn 4 so he can see that white flag and hopefully not get another caution. And hey, Gregson able to take that white flag. White flag in the air for Noah Gregson. 1 lap to go to make it 4 in a row. Hill in second, Gibbs third, Allmendinger, Barry your top 5, Herbst, Creed, Mayer, Ryan Sieg, McLaughlin your top 10. Then Sanchez, Burton, Parsons, who just gets by Burton. Then Curry and Martin's your top 15. And Noah Gregson will win at Texas. How about that? Austin Hill second. 4 in a row for the 9. Gibbs third. And then in 4th place, Allmendinger just able to nurse it home ahead of Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst able to sneak into the top 5 there at the end. Yeah, finishing out results after that, then well, here it says Josh Berry finished ahead of Riley Herbst, so I don't know. Maybe the scoring board might be a little bit messed up. I don't know. No, Riley Herbst ahead of Barry, so Barry comes home 6th. Creed, Mayer, Ryan Sieg, and then C.J. McLaughlin. How about that? A top 10 for C.J. in the 38th. Then Sanchez, Curry, Parsons, Tommy Joe Martins, Jeb Burton, your top 15. Then Mills, LeBay, Graff, Alfredo, your top 20. And then Parker Retzlaff in 21st. Your 21 finishers on the day, and only 8 cars finish on the lead lap, just barely. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We'll be live again tomorrow. See you guys in the next one. I'm out. My voice is dead.